Hello. Greetings. Welcome to Political Science 101. I'm Professor Harper. May I have your name, please?
Shawan Jackson.
Pleased to meet you, Shawan. I hope you will have an intellectually stimulating experience here in Political Science 101. As you may know, I am hosting our first meeting for campus Democrats this evening. Will you be attending?
No, I will not. I am a conservative Republican.
Excuse me? Sorry, there must be something in my ear. I thought for a moment you said you were a conservative Republican.
I am. I don't want the government taking my hard-earned money and giving it to lazy bums on the street who do not deserve it.
Oh, good gravy. This is a college campus and you're the first conservative student I have encountered in a long time. I welcome all opinions in my class, but I take it you are not going to vote for Obama. May I ask why?
Sure. Obama is a radical socialist. And he was born in Kenya. And he's Muslim, probably. And he doesn't care much for business. And he wants to tax my income.
May I ask what your job is?
I'm employed by the Federal Work-Study Program. I work weekends in the library to make much-needed extra cash, and financial aid pays for my tuition.
I see. And why is it you have access to these wonderful tools for opportunity? It was political liberalism that put those instruments in place.
Obama wants to tax the rich and give it to bums who won't do anything good with it. That's what socialists do.
So are you one of 99% of conservatives who believe Obama is a socialist?
Bill O'Reilly and Sarah Palin told me so. I feel I can trust people like Bill O'Reilly, Sarah Palin, and Glenn Beck.
Oh my, this was so much worse than I thought. Are you aware that Obama has proposed to cut the national budget by as much as $4 trillion? Are you aware that his healthcare plan does not resolve the issues that arise from the problem of insurance actuary profiteering? Are you aware that he has made compromise after compromise to big business and conservative interests? That doesn't sound like socialism to me.
President Obama wants to turn the United States of America into the Socialist States of America. Also, he wants to open up the borders and let the illegal immigrants run amok.
President Obama has agreed to maintain the Bush-era tax cuts, even though the country's deficit and national debt is the worst it has ever been. His healthcare plan has not even considered the public option. Because this is Political Science 101, I should explain what socialism really is. Socialism is the public ownership of the means of production. The governments of, say, Scandinavia, have made much further strides resembling this, yet their economies are still decidedly capitalist. There is nothing remotely socialist about Obama's policies.
But his middle name is Hussein. Only a Muslim would have that name.
Your last name is Jackson. Are you going to tell me that only a pop star can have the last name Jackson?
Nah, man, I can't even sing.
To say that Obama is a Muslim because his middle name is Hussein is no different from saying you are a pop singer because your last name is Jackson.
But look at the facts. Obama has brought up the deficit to unprecedented levels.
Actually, that is a continuation of Bush's policies, under which the national debt skyrocketed. Bush's policies were a continuation of the policies of Ronald Reagan, whose Reaganomics led to a surge in national debt caused by an economic strategy that even George H. Bush referred to as voodoo economics. All Republican presidents prior to Reagan maintained the Keynesian levels of top marginal tax rates. Furthermore, President Eisenhower, a conservative, warned that excessive military intervention would prove a threat to the freedom and public image of the United States. Today's Republican Party would denounce him as pacifistic, and perhaps as a rhetorical device, socialistic. And he was nowhere near what these labels entail.
Democrats like to say they are for good causes, but they don't deliver results. It was a Republican president, Richard Nixon, who spearheaded the Environmental Protection Agency.
You're aware of American political history. Very good, Mr. Jackson. But are you aware that Richard Nixon was a self-described Keynesian?
And self-described what?
He was of the economic school of John Maynard Keynes, who held that consumption was the basis of economic growth and that the role of the government was to stimulate such if necessary. The role of the government under Keynesian was also to moderate boom and bust cycles and created a period known as the Great Moderation, whereby neither boom nor bust were at dangerous levels. Under the Keynesian era in American economic history, the U.S. saw consistent economic growth for many years. Contrast it with the fact that real wages from about 1979 onward remained stagnant, and that it was the deregulation of mortgage securities and other forms of financial speculation that caused the economic crisis. It has been political liberalism, much more than political conservatism, that has prompted long-term economic growth in the U.S.
Okay, maybe you have a point. Maybe political liberalism has accomplished some good thing for the country. But that still won't persuade me to vote Democrat. There are too many red flags on the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party was the party of segregation. The Democratic Party was the party who opposed the abolitionists. The Democratic Party was the party who opposed the civil rights movement. And they want to go and say that the Republicans are racist. Nice try, nice try.
First of all, you're assuming that political parties exist in a vacuum. Parties don't get their platform in and of themselves, but from the ideology of the people who organize them. Ideology is a much more reliable indicator of a party's platform than any connotations the party carries itself.
How so?
The segregationists of the South who occupied the Democratic Party were of a decidedly conservative political persuasion. Most of these types of voters made the big political switch in the early 1960s, at the height of the popularity of Northern Catholic President John Fitzgerald Kennedy and the Civil Rights Movement. Segregationists such as Strom Thurmond, who ran on a conservative platform, later made the switch to the Republican Party, and it has recently been reported that the white Southern Democrat as a political entity is all but extinct. For this reason, it would be no more fair to characterize Democrats as racist based on this history than it would be to characterize Republicans as racist based on the recent controversial comments pertaining to race from politicians such as Newt Gingrich or Rick Santorum. Racism does not have a monopoly on any political party.
You might have a point. But I still think the Democrats are out of touch with real Americans. You heard what Rick Santorum said about Obama? He's a snob.
Is it snobbish for the leader of a country to want all its citizens to get a quality education? Is it snobbish for a president to want everyone to have health care, as they do in every other advanced nation? Is it snobbish to say that it is better for the country to have an intellectual leader? The Republicans have devised an economic philosophy that has proven itself more and more exclusive by the year. Under their agenda, less and less people benefit. The Republicans are now attempting to redefine what a snob is in order to give the illusion that they are populist. Without this rhetorical device, I suspect their constituency would shrink beyond repair. To say that someone shouldn't go to college because they are worried about the effects education has on someone's worldview, that sounds like the height of snobism to me.
The Democrats are a bunch of Washington insiders backed by a bunch of Hollywood film stars. The Republican Party has candidates that the common man can relate to.
Are you talking about Newt Gingrich, has been through multiple marriages yet wants to be seen as the man of family values? Or are you talking about Ron Paul, who wants to relive the days of the Wild West and robber barons? Or Rick Santorum, who with his comments sell to even many social conservatives? What about Mitt Romney, the man who will probably get the GOP nomination? He has changed his political opinions more than this campus has changed its board of regents. The only reason the conservatives are voting for him is because he is, and I quote, not Obama. Call it what you like, but it's not enthusiasm.
Mitt Romney is a job creator. Sure, he is far too wealthy for most Americans to relate to him, but he's just playing the cards he was dealt. He's a self-made man, and he has contributed to the economy, and he gets the pay he deserves.
If by contributing to the economy you mean taking advantages of companies in the red who actually have made real products, then maybe you have a point. But I cannot see how a man who has profited off economic loss can turn around and say that he will lead the nation into economic gain. And this is of so much concern to people that even Rick Perry, no friend of the left, has denounced him as someone who profits off of failure.
But we gotta stop the guys in office.
And replace them with people like Paul Ryan. who, if given the chance, would make budget cuts that would significantly limit your own chances to continue attending college. Is that really a solution that will help the American people?
So, Professor Harper, if the Republican Party's platform has increased the national debt, and conservatives were behind the ills of past race relations, and that today's Republican candidates are ill-equipped to solve the economic crisis, why should I vote for them?
You tell me.
You know what, Professor Harper? I think I will go to that meeting. No promises that I'll vote for Obama, I just want to check it out. See what you guys have to say.
Excellent. It starts at 6:30,